This is part 2 of Oath Violator Frank Sloup. Thanks for watching.
I'm not asking you, I am telling you. Give me your driver's license. I have such a disdain for people like him.
If you will let me speak and then I'll let you speak, is that all right?
No. That condescending, arrogant tone. There's no reason to be confrontational like that. There was no part of my contact with him was confrontational. Super simple and cordial, and he just, for some reason, just can't seem to understand that there's a sequence of events that transpires here in Pinal County. And if he doesn't like that, maybe he needs to move back to Mesa.
Or you can stop enforcing victimless crimes and go after real criminals and obey your oath.
See your driver's license, please.
Yes, sir. Can I ask what you pull over for?
Absolutely. As soon as I see your driver's license, I will be very happy to tell you.
That's not how it works. Can you tell, first of all, what's your name and your badge number?
I'm sorry. I do this for a living. You don't. I tell you how this works.
No.
Let me see your driver's license, or I'm going to pull you out of your car and arrest you for failing to provide ID.
How do you know what he does for a living? And any good cop would tell the person they stopped why they stopped them before demanding anything.
He started his phone recording so he could record me. I don't think he knows that he's being recorded. Like there's going to be something that I'm going to do that's improper in any way.
Well, Frankie, baby, it turns out that you are on the Brady list, which means you're a liar or you did do something wrong and you got caught and now you have no credibility in court. Let Direct D explain.
I'm on the Brady list for changing the sign-off date.
Yeah, you were fixing paperwork. I know exactly what you're on the Brady list for.
Felt the need to record me, and as soon as he recorded me, and I asked him, hey, I need your driver's license, he's like, I'd be happy to give it to you. But before that, when he wasn't recording me, he absolutely wouldn't. So it's that's why you can't believe everything that you see online, is because there was that whole entire contact that happened, and then he starts to record, and all of a sudden he's just the nicest guy, and I'm this big mean guy that's just demanding stuff.
You are a big guy, armed to the teeth, with the full backing of the state behind you, impeding an American's freedom, and he only wanted to ask you why you were impeding his freedom, and you told him that's not how it works, and he needs to do what you say or you're going to rip him out of the car. You're a liar. That's the reason you're on the Brady list.
What are we going to do to him?
So, well, no matter what, I mean, he was going to get a citation before I stopped him just based on how fast he is above the speed limit. So, and that hasn't changed. He's still going to get a citation for his speed. Just, I would imagine he will interpret the fact that he's getting a ticket as a result of his terrible attitude, when really it's just the fact that he is just violating Arizona motor vehicle law.
Here is where Lackluster explains that some of the video was cut, and of the 25-minute video, only a little portion was cut out. And he got an explanation that it was cut out because he takes what he needs and then deletes footage, which is literally tampering with evidence. And the camera guy was not even using a GoPro, as you can see right here in this clip.
Vehicle.
After I locked him in on this, I watched him drive past me, never lost sight of him, pulled in right behind him. So I'm sure this is the type of guy that wants to find some sort of, I don't know, something to fight in this. And it just isn't there. It's not, this instrument is accurate.
Okay, this is where we need to have a conversation about traffic code and traffic law. Let's say he was doing 71 in a, 45. How clear was the road? Was he weaving? Was he coming close to other vehicles? Was he endangering other people? So if I was a cop or a legislator, I would say there has to be a victim or endangerment. So very close to being a victim or on the verge of creating a victim. So about to commit a crime. Then you stop them and you can say, I believe that you were reckless driving. I'm going to write you a ticket. We're going to go to court over it. And there should be some type of jury. It shouldn't be up to the judge to decide. And that's how it should be handled. You shouldn't have 8 million different reasons to impede an American's freedom on the side of the road. Blinky lights, tag lights. Unless someone's in imminent danger of being hurt or damaged, Americans should be free to travel the roadways they pay for unencumbered. Now you're about to see where Frank must have said something that wasn't very cool or kosher, and the record gets deleted here and then picks up in this next spot. But that is very suspect, and again, that's probably why you're on the Brady list. And honestly, most cops belong on the Brady list. They're trained to lie. The Supreme Court said they can lie. They lie for a living. It's what they do. They're basically state-backed criminals themselves. They're just uniformed.
Oh my God, what a dude. I know. We can go pull him over. Yeah.
What happened to his camera?
So the camera was running. He had it propped up there, and it was recording him. And I think that he's got a little issue with the definition of what law is.
For a cop to say that someone else doesn't understand what law is absurd on its face.
And I mean, the Fourth Amendment obviously applies because I temporarily seized him during a traffic stop and he yielded to my authority.
The Fourth Amendment is the whole reason most traffic stops shouldn't exist in the first place. No person shall be searched or seized, and it shouldn't be violated but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation signed by a judge. Traffic code throws all that in the garbage, and they just impede your freedom whenever they feel like, or for whatever reason they can come up at the time.
But I don't think he understands exactly that me telling him why I pulled him over has nothing to do with the Fourth Amendment. Like, I don't think that that's in there anywhere.
The Fourth Amendment states the following: the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects, against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched, and the persons or things to be seized.
So, when he's got you stopped, you are being seized under the Fourth Amendment, and he must have reasonable suspicion and probable cause. So when he asks you what he's being stopped for, he's asking you what is your probable cause, because without that, you don't even have to identify to a cop. That's where you're confused, slippery slope.
I really hope that this goes to court. I hope with every fiber of my being that I get to go and see him again. Because there's not a judge anywhere in the state of Arizona that would entertain that tomfoolery that just happened there. So hopefully I'll get to see him again, and then we'll have another cordial conversation. So let's see.
All right, that's enough for part 2 of the infamous Frank Slippery Slope. He wishes with every fiber of his being that this person shows up in court, because no one, blah, 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 no judge would entertain this tomfoolery. A guy armed stopping people and stealing their money on the side of the road is not tomfoolery, but a guy asking you what your probable cause is to impede his freedom as an American is tomfoolery to you. Well, guess what? Sloup didn't show up to the court hearing and it was dismissed. And he probably didn't show up to the court hearing because he's on the Brady list and he has zero credibility as a cop, which is, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be a cop, because in my profession, when I was a chef, if the chef wasn't credible and the things he said weren't credible, he wasn't a good chef and he didn't keep his job for long. So in part 3, we're going to do Frank Sloup meets Direct D, as you can see in this clip right here, where he freaks out about someone shining a flashlight in his light after he did it to them. So he believes he's sovereign and he can do what he wants, but we have to follow his demands and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, stay tuned for part 3. Thanks for watching. John's Coin Rings. Please pick up a ring. You'll love it. I promise you it'll last forever. It's a precious metal. It's worth it. It's awesome. Love you long time. Bye. See ya.